What's up, everyone? Paul and Jason, co-founders of Cryptoversity. Jason, good morning. How are you?
Well, I'm doing great. How you doing in paradise?
Doing wonderful. Another day. First off, if you guys find any entertainment or education behind this, please like and subscribe below. It helps us help you. We truly appreciate it. And remember, we are not financial advisors, so please do your own research. Jason, man, the market is still looking beautiful. I want to ask you something kind of specific, though. Ethereum, it's up 100% over the last 5 weeks, right? It's outpacing Bitcoin during this time, kind of during the bear market, the bull trap, whatever you want to call it. Any reason why? Anything you're excited about with Ethereum's future versus Bitcoin?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's a very interesting story, really. So in the previous 13 years, Bitcoin has been the safe haven and usually does better than every other crypto during bear markets.
Yeah.
This is the first time that an asset is outperforming Bitcoin during the bear markets. First time ever. And it's Ethereum, and it's doing it dominantly. And the reason why this is happening is Ethereum, for those of you who are, let's say, newish to crypto, like I know something like 80% of people in crypto right now are just been in the last year. We've been waiting for Ethereum 2.0 for years, and it's been constant deadline push off. They've missed their marks on deadlines for years now. But in September, Ethereum 2.0 kicks in, and why this is special is it's like a triple halving. So in previous crypto cycles, the Bitcoin halving has been the catalyst that launches us into bull markets. But this is Ethereum, which is this number 2 cryptocurrency right behind Bitcoin, and it's about to have a triple halving, which means it's almost deflationary.
Yeah.
And that's huge. So I imagine, and also if when they go to ETH 2.0, they're going to hard fork, which means you'll have 2 coins. You'll have the old ETH and the new ETH. So I think things like this are the reason why Ethereum is pumping.
Yeah. I imagine, that impacts a lot of projects wanting to be on the Ethereum blockchain again, right? Because in the past, I know a lot of play to earn and DeFi projects, they just wanted to avoid the fees, right? So they went to other networks like Polygon, BNB. How does this impact that side of it?
Paul, that's a great question. It's a highly speculative question I've given a lot of thought to. So Ethereum has by far more developers than any other blockchain, like by far, it's the dominant chain. If you make Ethereum as cheap as Solana, which is like pennies per transaction, I imagine all the other blockchains are going to have trouble keeping up just because of the fact that developers prefer to be on Ethereum. Ethereum's got a history of with blockchains, we've seen a lot of hacks and a lot of, new blockchains have a lot of problems.
Yeah.
Well, Ethereum's been, up for years and it hasn't had any problems. So just due to credibility, the fact that it's time tested, and if you make it just as cheap as say Solana or Binance or Polygon, I imagine it will dominate just for those reasons.
Yeah, I would agree. It's pretty cool because Ethereum, like you said, it's always been known for its safety, its security, it's time tested, right? It's pretty much proven. So people want it. So I'm really excited for this what they're about to launch. It's pretty awesome stuff. And kind of leads me to my next point or question for you. Bear markets, a lot of projects, play to earn gaming, NFTs, they don't like to release stuff, right? They're a little bit more reserved and hesitant launching into bear markets. Is there any projects you're excited about regardless of market conditions, and why?
Great question, Paul. So historically, when bear markets come, people leave. People stop studying, they stop researching. But in my personal investment life, this is where I make my most profitable decisions. This is where I'm really watching the market super close to see what projects are showing strength and still developing out. And that lets me know what to get into when the bull market starts up again. And so here's my list. So Ethereum's on the top of the list for sure.
Yeah.
BNB, Binance Coin. It actually has shown incredible strength, and it's been very quiet. Like, it's only actually down about 25-30% from its, before the crash, which no one's really talking about. And the thing about BNB that no one else talks about as well is they do a very high rate of burn, which means every month they take coins and they burn them, and that takes them out of existence, which means your coins become more valuable. And they have a very high burn rate, which is pretty impressive. Like, once again, that's what Ethereum is going to do. And 2.0 is they put in a burn rate, which makes it pretty much deflationary or not inflationary.
Yeah, makes the tokenomics really strong, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why I'm gonna put Binance on the list. Solana's on my list. It's shown a lot of strength. Sam Friedman is Sam Friedman. I say that right? Sam Bankman-Friedman. Solana, FTX. They've been shown lots of strength during this bear market. They've been buying all kinds of insolvent exchanges. They've been very active.
Yeah.
Elrond's on my list. It's a layer 1 blockchain.
Mm-hmm.
And it never really had its bull market run, the last bull market. But if you look at their tokenomics, all the Elrond coins are already in existence. So there is no inflation at all. So you don't have to worry about, so usually when you buy a coin or a project, you have to worry about how many coins are going to enter the market over the next 5 to 10 years. Well, with Elrond, they're all already out. So if it goes on a bull market run, it's going to be nice.
That's a cool project. Yeah, I didn't know that all the coins are in existence already. So that's a pretty good point.
Yeah, it's very important. And finally, this next one is what I think is the most underrated metaverse play.
Okay.
And I don't know why no one's paying attention to it. They've got a very impressive team. They're using what's called I forget what the technology is called, but it's the technology that all the top gaming projects and traditional gaming use.
Mm-hmm.
So the graphics are amazing.
AAA. Yeah.
Yeah, it's called Real Engine. Real Engine. Yeah, that's what it's called. That's what what they use. And the project's called Wilder World.
Mm-hmm. One of my favorites.
Yeah. So, when you start looking into NFTs, you'll find out that it's a lot of empty promises. Like, it's more of them are just kind of a money grab.
Yeah.
But Wilder World is the purest community-driven NFT project I've ever seen. For example, all the profits go back to the NFT holders. And if you're a holder of any of their Genesis NFTs, like they have a car, a motorcycle, a wolf, and all kinds of other things.
Yeah.
You get anything that falls into that, what they call an industry, you get all the NFTs that come after that for free. And me personally, I've gotten like a lot of free stuff from them. And they've got what they call a Trinity thing coming up, whereas if you have 3 of their Genesis NFTs, you hold what they call a Trinity. And it's speculated, but I think it's true that when the land comes out, I think pretty soon, they're going to give the land away to Trinity holders.
Yeah, that's pretty exciting.
And that land can be very valuable because Wilder World's not just a metaverse play. It's a gaming play. It's an NFT play. And you know how it is, Paul, right? Like during the bull market, you go to Discord to see how active the community is, because in crypto, community is everything, right?
Yeah.
And then when the bear market came, most communities became ghost towns, right? But if you go to Wild World's Discord, it's nonstop just positive energy. People are excited. No one has anything negative to say. Like, people who are in Waterworld are very obsessed and love Waterworld.
I think that's really important because especially in the bear market, right? A lot of play to earn gaming, rug pulls, scams, it all exists within that space pretty heavily. And I think when you see the project continuing during the bear market, they're still developing, their community's still positive, they're still putting pretty much everything they have into it. That's a really, really good sign for growth to come, especially during a bull market. So they're setting themselves up really nicely, I think.
They really are, Paul. And another thing about Waterworld is if you look at their market cap on a CoinGecko,
Yeah,
I forget what it is, but it's something insanely small, like $55 million or something like that. Like, considering they've been building out Waterworld for several years.
yeah.
So they're probably pretty close to launching their first game and then opening up the metaverse. And if you look at other metaverse plays like Decentraland or Sandbox,
Box, yeah.
they're priced out in the billions. And
Yeah.
I think Waterworld's a better project, and it looks better, and it's decentralized. It checks all the boxes. It really does.
So it's still super new. I mean, they barely scratched the surface. A lot of their stuff's still in development, haven't really launched a lot yet, right? So it's a project to keep on your radar, I'd say.
Well, I wouldn't say they're new only because they've been developing for years, and I'd say they're closer to what they're trying to accomplish. But as far as an investor, you're still new. Like, it hasn't
Early.
launched yet. And yeah.
That's cool. Maybe we'll do a full episode on it soon. Just talk about everything within Wilder World, all the different NFTs, the different plays, and kind of deep dive into it.
That's a great idea.
Yeah. Cool, man. I don't know. Are you still thinking bull trap or what? What are you thinking? Things are looking appealing. So I don't know. It's getting me excited.
Just to give the audience a little bit of insight on the relationship between Paul and Jason. Paul does carry retail sentiment, as you can see, right? And Jason carries more of a seasoned crypto guy.
Yeah.
Which is great for the viewers because it shows you both angles, right?
Yeah.
That's a great question, Paul. So here's what happened. Yesterday, the new CPI numbers came in, and they were expecting it to be 8.7, and it came out at 8.5, and the markets went nuts.
Yeah.
And just think about that for a second. We just printed an 8.5 consumer price and price inflation number, which is historically horrendous,
insane. But
like, if you came out like a year ago and said we have 8.7 inflation, people would have been jumping off roofs, and like it would have been absolute chaos and devastation.
Yeah.
But just because we came in 2 points lower than expectations, people are going nuts. And here's the other thing about that. Those numbers aren't accurate. Those numbers are completely fudged. If you look at the pricing of oil, goods, and services and everything in your grocery store, that 8.5% does not reflect.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it just doesn't. And I'll say something else, Paul. Like, throughout history, if you follow great civilizations that were once dominant and follow what happens towards the end of their dominancy, their markets make no sense. Like great price fluctuations, things that should have value don't, things that don't should. And you're starting to see a lot of this. And so I don't know if you saw this or not, but I think the Biden administration came out and said they're launching a new stimulus bill or something like that, like something called the help stimulus bill or something like that. I forget what it's called.
Yeah.
And it's something like $900 billion that they're going to give away. I can't tell you how confusing this makes me because giving away trillions of dollars during the pandemic is one of the reasons why we got where we are today. So to call a bill like the help stimulus plan and give away almost another $1 trillion. It's pretty baffling. Like, I don't understand it. Like, we're increasing interest rates, which is demolishing every housing, everything. It just demolishes everything. And then we're going to print off like $900 billion and give that away. I'm just confused.
Seems like an oxymoron.
Yes, it's quite complexing. And so your question was, are we in a bull market? So I see a lot of people saying we are. If you look at the on-chain analytics, a lot of retail investors are FOMOing in right now.
Mm-hmm.
But just to be honest with you, like, all the guys that I follow, or I respect their opinion, like all the research I do, all those guys have the same sentiment I do, that this is crazy. This feels dangerous.
Yeah.
And most of them think that we're going to go lower. So here's a story: like Bitcoin and Ethereum, they could pump. They could continue to pump pretty good. And in previous bear markets, it's not uncommon to see like 100% pump over a month.
Yeah.
But you can't forget, in the back of your mind, you cannot forget that you are in a bear market, and these economic conditions are not good.
Yeah.
And there are several black swan events swimming around. If I give you one example, right now, inflation came down 0.2, right? But we're in summer, and in summer, most people don't use energy, like, not like in winter.
Yeah.
Well, once winter pops around and Europe needs natural gas and oil from Russia, which Russia's already started playing that card. They've already started playing that card.
Yeah.
That's a very big problem. And also in America, when people start using their heaters and stuff, and they need to get natural gas and oil, you're going to see demand for natural gas and oil, which means the price will go up. And once the price on oil goes up, the price of everything goes up. It's all correlated. So that's pretty much the story,
It's a sticky situation, right?
Yeah, it really
if
is.
you do give advice, it's like, it's not going to be financial, but be careful out there, right? Because you never know what's going to happen. I mean, you're taking risks if you get into the market right now, but like you said, it's hard to establish an opinion on it because it's just so chaotic almost.
It really is. And if you've seen this story play out enough times, so I've been an investor my whole life. If you see these things happen enough times, you just realize that, okay, if things are uncertain and I don't have an exact idea of what's going on, it's usually best just to do one of two things: either sit on the sidelines and wait till the smoke clears, or if you have a long-term outlook, just dollar cost average in.
Yeah.
Like my Bitcoin right now and Ethereum is not a horrible idea as long as you have a 5-year outlook.
Yeah.
But if it crashes 50% and you're gonna be depressed next month, then that's probably not your angle. If you have 5 years, no worries. Like, 5 years is great. You'll be great.
So it just really depends on the type of investor you are at the end of the day. Like, if it's long term, all the big whales, they're dollar cost averaging, and just if they're going to keep doing that as the market continues to grow or fall.
Yeah, absolutely right.
Cool.
Right.
Good information today, man. Thanks for being here. We'll shoot again for tomorrow. And looking forward to it, man. Thank you.
All right, brother. As always, I appreciate you and enjoy your day.
All right. Thanks everyone for being here. Talk to you guys soon.